I've gathered you all here because it's time for some retraining.
Training? But we literally trained with you for years.
This war isn't a game. You can never have too much training.
I mean, we literally went through a gauntlet and everything.
Today's training will be learning how to disappear all ninja-like, mid-sentence when people are talking to you.
Seriously? How in the world is that even remotely useful in our line of work?
It's extremely useful. Imagine you're with the Justice League after a mission, and you all stop off at Chipotle afterwards, and the waiter goes to bring the check out, and boom, you're gone.
You know what, Bruce? You're being ridiculous. I don't have time for this. We can see you, Bruce. What is up? How's the Legion of Comic Collectors doing today? Welcome to another episode of Journey into Legends, the show where we look at Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, one story at a time. Today's story is called Turf. It is a two-parter that takes place between issues 44 and 45, written by Stephen Grant with art by Sean McManus. So without further ado, let's jump right in, take a look at it, and I'll tell you what I think of it afterwards. Okay, so Turf, basically, we witness Batman saving a man from being shot down, only to have the police kill him minutes later. And there's a tape, somebody recorded it, that exposes the police and the corrupt city officials. So this is basically Batman fighting corrupt police officers, the mayor, and a big statement on racism in general. An interesting read. Alright, so that was Turf. Not a bad story whatsoever. The art was definitely good. I would give this a 3.5 bat signals out of 5. I would only not rate it higher because, for me personally, when you start injecting real-world issues into a comic, I find it a bit silly. As much as we all love these characters, they were originally created for kids, and I think you inject too much real world into it, you sort of get the whiny loser Batman we have in current comics now, that I always refer to as the friend you ignore when they call because their life's just a train wreck because they're stupid. So I guess it's great if you like those stories. They're out there. I mean, the story itself isn't terrible. I just don't like, tackling themes of racism in a Batman comic. Seems a little silly to me. And especially, even using words like turf. You read these books years later, and it seems really dated. And even how they would portray, like, minorities is really dated and sort of almost racist in and of itself. But that being said, it's a decent story. So as always, guys, I appreciate you watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Would love to hear from you in the comments below, and with that, I'll see you next time.